Hi, everyone. Welcome. Thank you for joining me. And thank you, chat managers, for your help. I appreciate it. If you like the channel, please subscribe. And also, don't forget to tap on the bell. Please allow 1 minute to allow chatters to come in. I'll be with you in a few seconds. Hi, everyone. Teresa, Sharon, Shaz, Tracy, Sandra, Ron. Thank you. Ron, I didn't forget. Yeah, that's what I was thinking about it. I'm like, oh my God, I have to go to UPS. So it's still here. I'm going. Don't worry. Oops. Uh, 1 second, friends. Okay, something popped up on my screen and I couldn't do it right now. I'm sorry. You know, one of those updates, it's from HP, from one of my printers. I'll do it afterward because I don't want to play with that right now. Okay, first things first. I'm sorry. I just had to, it was posted on the screen, so I had to look. The first thing first, I feel I predicted it yesterday, or somebody asked me, was it Saturday night? I don't remember who asked me about Judge Jackson Brown, whether she was going to be confirmed. After I watched this morning presentation or hearing, oh my God. The only person I'm looking forward to now is Hawley. From what I understand, he's going to question her about child pornography, or something to that effect. I'm not quite sure. But I feel she answered some of his questions. But I hope he was paying attention to when Graham was questioning her. Graham got pissed off because he couldn't score any points. Yes, if you felt that Graham was frustrated, he was. And even I will even go as far as saying he was angry. He didn't rattle her. She took her time in the notion, that religious thing, comparing Judge Jackson Brown, I'm going to call her Judge JB, with, I forget her name, but with Comey Barrett. What a disaster. Intuitively, I feel like saying that didn't go over very well. And I also feel like saying she has dominated, or basically has proven that she knows her stuff, and none of those people can lay a glove on her. And to believe, I feel that's what's going to continue to happen. So we'll leave that here for now, because we have other things to talk about. We're going to go to our favorite subject. Well, I wish this thing would end, but I feel like saying Putin at this point, every day, his mental state is getting worse. He would push. I know that some people are still asking about World War III. I still don't see it. This morning again, I had a couple of dreams, and they were dreams about my apartment. I have the lake is. I'm a bit, in a sense, I'm lucky. The lake is right across from me here. It's a nice view. and I had a dream of myself standing in someone else's apartment, but instead of a lake, the person has a view of the beaches like by Trump's place. So, and I was comparing between like their apartment, their house, and my apartment, and I'm like, oh my God, I love this better, something like that. But the point I'm trying to make is, I am not seeing anything like World War III. And I will tell you why. Putin is afraid. He's acting big, but he doesn't want his troops to be basically flattened out by our military, because if they can't fight the Ukrainians, never mind if he were to face NATO and us, number one. Number two, as I was going to tell you, number two, I am seeing China stepping in. If Putin was to, for some crazy reason, he wanted to do anything else, China would step in and go against them, and Putin doesn't want that. Intuitively, I feel Putin he knows he has no good option. He either escalate, okay, and cause more damage in Ukraine, pack up and go home, or continue to find a way out. He is too egotistical, although he's been looking for a way out. It's not that he wouldn't take a way out. He wants it his way. If you notice, I've been saying to all of you, he's looking for a ramp off, he's looking for a way out, but he wants it done his way. And it feels like to me, when I focus on him, he has realized that's not going to happen. He's ratcheting up the atrocities. The Ukrainians are digging in. And according to, Jesus. Do you guys remember last week I said there was something that was going to happen, and I did not want to say anything about it? The Ukrainians started doing it, by the way. I don't know who's listening. I don't want anyone to prepare any, not that I don't know who's listening. So there are certain things I will not say. But the Ukrainians are beginning to go on the offensive, and they are recapturing. In fact, they recaptured one town today. And yes, the Russians are going to get clobbered. You know something? I said at the beginning of this thing, those guys, they're home. Okay? And also, the fighting between brothers and sisters doesn't make any sense. And that's what's playing for that's what's favoring the Ukrainians right now. They are fighting in their own terrain. They know all the back roads. They know which way to go. They can get resupplied. Okay? They know what to do. The Russian kids don't know squat. So right now, they are getting very good weapon systems. They are dedicated. I don't see how the Russians are going to be able to turn them back. And Biden going to Europe, he's going to have another major psychological boost. And also, by the way, I heard that the Russians cannot even communicate among themselves. That's another problem, okay? But what I didn't want to say last week was the Ukrainians were going to go on the offensive, and my prediction for that is they're going to win. Meaning, sorry about that, friends. Let me lower the volume. Last night was those marketing people trying to tell me I purchased something on Amazon for $900. Yeah, right. Anyway, basically, Putin knows he's about to be humiliated. Now, he doesn't know how to go about doing it. Pick his poison. When I say pick his poison, I mean is which way is he going to go? He's afraid of the nuclear option, okay? It feels like to me, and I'm repeating this because, for one reason, because it's on TV, it seems like there are back channels that are letting him know the chemical use of chemical weapon will have consequences. He doesn't want to go that route. And if we think he was paranoid before, it's really bad now. He trusts very few people, even among his staff. He is really paranoid. He doesn't know who's going to do him in. And you know something? I agree with him. Because the people around him are embarrassed. They don't want to commit suicide. They don't think very highly of him. Not that they did to begin with, but they were making money, they were comfortable. And it's a matter of time. There's something else that's big. I'm not going to say it today, but please remember I said it. Unfortunately, I'm going to have to postpone these things. Like I said, I don't know who's listening. But I'm sure within the next week or two, it will come out. And I will tell you guys. But Putin is both terrified and paranoid. And he has good reasons to be. One second. And the Russian people, except, some of them have, because they lived during the Soviet era, they tend to be, my way of seeing it, a bit fatalistic, So they like, okay, if this is what I have to do, who cares? We're just going to go along and do it. But the younger generation, and some among the elderly as well, the seniors, won't stand up for it. And like I predicted before, and I'm going to repeat today, the protests will continue to grow. The people around Putin are going to continue to make him, he's going to continue to feel paranoid, and he's right. While young kids are dying. There is a country, I forget the name of it, their president or whatever it is a good friend of, or is a Putinist, if you will. Okay, he goes and talks to Putin, and they appear in news conferences together. I simply can't remember the name of the country. I believe it starts with the letter G. Okay, there is news that he's thinking or he's about to send 1,000 of his troops. Good luck with that. I heard in a video clip somebody said, a Ukrainian said, if the people, those people from Chechnya, if they come to Ukraine, they were going to play football with their heads. Well, I hope the president of that country, I just can't remember, when things comes from Poland, they have to go through that country to go to Ukraine. Or, no, to go to Russia, I'm sorry. There's a railroad that connects, that goes from Poland, probably Europe, to go to Russia. It goes through that country. I'm just trying to, let me see if somebody posted the name of Belarus. Belarus, I'm sorry. So I was thinking of Georgia because I have some Georgian friends. I was talking about Belarus. Thank you. Yes. If they send people, they're not going to survive. So I hope they don't. But I don't see how Putin is going to get out of this. He's going to have to swallow his pride. and just walk away. And like I said, guys, I'm seeing it again as I'm talking to you. I wouldn't be surprised if these guys just walk away. I don't know what's going to happen to, well, I know what's going to happen to Putin. And I'm still feeling the same way, him being taken in the courtyard. But as I'm speaking to you right now, you know, those of you who are intuitive, I mean, not that all of you are not, okay? But who knows how to, when you get a message, as I was telling you about Belarus, okay, they were going to send soldiers, and I was looking at the Russian soldiers. I'm seeing them walking away. So don't be surprised if Russian soldiers just say, I don't want to say the curse word, but forget about it, I'm out of here. Because they're not being resupplied and sustained properly. And within the next week or so, I would not be surprised if that happens. And according to the news, they don't have a commander. So there is complete chaos on the field, on the battlefield. It's not looking good. And that's what's going on. And it's on TV. I can say it. The Ukrainians are going to get long-range anti-ballistic missiles. That's going to make a major difference as well. So I don't see how Putin is going to be able to keep prosecuting this war. I feel he's going to try to find, well, he's been looking, thinking that all those damages that he has done, that Zelensky will give him something to save face. Zelensky is saying, no way. And I agree with Zelensky. I mean, we're losing a lot of, there's a lot of suffering, and we're losing a lot of Ukrainians, kids to seniors. And that's another thing that's affecting a lot of people around Putin, psychologically, emotionally, because they have wives and kids as well. They're not like Putin. Yes, they are enabling him and carrying out his orders. But you know, some of them, they fantasize about just do something on their own if they had enough nerve, if they were brave enough. But every time they think about, like do something to Putin, but their family, they start thinking about that, and they just keep plowing forward. Quite a few of them have that thought and mind intuitively, I feel. So Putin is in a lot of danger. He's not on a safe space at all. So that's my Putin update for today, because since basically, yes, he has enablers just like Trump did, but he's the one calling the shots. Now, for Trump, I am sure all of you have heard, or you guys have heard, that he shared a map of North Korea, and he was talking about, I'm sure it was things that were discussed during NSA meetings, national security meetings. He was sharing them with Kid Rock. The reason why I'm bringing this up, do you guys remember either last week or before last, after they removed those super secret documents from Mar-a-Lago? I said, this guy, first of all, I feel, and I still feel, they should search every single one of his properties, or find out where everything that came out of the White House went. People who moved those things, and he should be held responsible. Intuitively, I feel it's nothing new. It's not something I'm getting intuitively now. It's in the news. Mar-a-Lago is a spy nest. They have a ton. Well, I don't know how many, but let me put it to you this way: instead of saying a ton, too many either spies or potential spies, or as I'm saying, this is, like you go, you see, because Trump wants to show off, just like he was showing off with Kid Rock, how important he is, how big he is, okay? And these people, they go and share it with their friends. They may not be spies themselves, but I would pick them up as spies because if they have somebody, okay, who's a spy, it's just like when I'm talking to a client and I said, I am seeing a hospital. Do you do something with healthcare, or, are you a doctor, or you have somebody in the hospital? It can be one of those three things. So it's the same thing. If the person is around spies, I'm going to think they are spies as well. So they can transfer information that way too, because they're going to, what do they know? What do they care? Trump is not telling them it's top secret, but they're going to go and tell their friends. Just like Kid Rock came and said, Trump was showing him a map of North Korea, but we don't know what else Trump showed him. That's his way of absolving himself as well, being shown something like that. He's not stupid. So that's the way I feel. Our secret information is being spread. And in some instances, Trump is doing things behind the scene because he hates the fact that he was not reelected to damage the country as well. It is on purpose. There is no doubt on my mind about that one. And that's why he took out those, he knew they were secret documents and he was not supposed to take them out. But I feel he'll be nailed for it. According to somebody who was, I've remember hearing, he used to be a prosecutor at DOJ. I should have written his name down, but my phone rang and it escaped me after I was done talking. And I don't remember the name of this prosecutor. But he said, although they have enough to nail Trump and put him in jail, according to what we know, and I feel this guy doesn't know everything, we have a lot more, the probability of Trump going to jail is not good. He probably won't go to jail. I disagree with that. Because I feel there is a lot more we don't know about. His argument was, yes, giving what we know and, proving. Given what we know, we feel he's guilty and he should go to jail. But going to court and prove it are two different things. Yes, I agree with that. But let's see what happens. Intuitively, I feel like saying those things are going to stick. Okay. Some people never even thought that Trump would be under the types of investigation that he's under right now. So I'll leave it there. Okay. I will answer some questions. Anna will be asking, is the Secret Service still protecting Trump? Oh, yes. If so, they need to fess up. If they knew these boxes of top secret info were transferred to Mar-a-Lago and other Trump properties, I'm sure the government is questioning them. But yes, when I drove, there is something I didn't pay attention to. They usually have a Secret Service or Homeland Security sign, like one of those little folding, it folds like this, and then when you put it on the ground, it opens like this, and you put it on the ground. They usually have one of those in front of his place. I have to check next time to see if it's still showing. The first 6 months out of office, I used to see it there all the time. But yes, he has Secret Service protection for life until he goes to jail. Okay. All right. Let's see. I am scrolling down. Michelle Hawkins is saying, Happy birthday, Milu. Thank you. Happy birthday to you too, but it's still early. All right. Patricia M is asking a very good question, and this morning I was getting pretty annoyed with Democrats. They have to be careful. Patricia M's question is, Milu, will the Dems hold the Congress? And, well, I'm going to include the Senate in that as well as November. And I'm going to repeat what I've been saying. I feel like saying yes right now. But let me tell you, as far as I can tell, Democrats are not consistent with attacking Republicans and sustain it. They cannot let their foot off the gas because Republicans are doing everything they can. Okay? And the other thing is, well, I feel they're doing a pretty, that gerrymandering thing that they had going on is not working very well for them, which is good. But voter suppression and some of the rules that Republicans are coming out with, I don't know how to do it. They better come out or do something at the federal level to stop Republicans from doing it, because that's what can cause them to lose the House and the Senate. Okay? I have not seen anything regarding that yet. The energy is with Democrats to basically, even in Florida, I know a lot of people feel Florida is in the bag for Republicans. I don't think so. But everything that I've heard around here reading the newspapers, DeSantis and company, they are doing everything they can to make sure Republicans stay in charge. And the other thing, somebody asked me, will DeSantis succeed in creating like dictatorship state in Florida? That's what he's going for. But for some reason, I feel like something is going to stop him dead on his track. I don't know what it is. I wouldn't be surprised if it's legal. But something is going to happen to DeSantis that's going to force him to step off whatever soapbox he's standing on, thinking he's going to scare people. It's not going to be good. Burika is asking, how is Clarence Thomas doing? I feel he's okay. He's recovering, Yes, Burika is asking, will he be back on his job? Yeah, unfortunately, Let's see. I am scrolling up, going to Kid Rock for political advice. Sandra Peterson says going to Kid Rock for political advice is like me going to him for tips on how to make pancakes. Was it? One thing I probably missed it because when people are describing things that I know, I'm writing things about what I know when I'm going through an article, I just skip the paragraph unless I see something that I didn't know. So I thought it was after he left the White House. I don't know. Maybe it was while Trump was in the White House. But I feel they should go through his stuff thoroughly. Joel Tilson is asking, classified top secret and private residencies such as Mar-a-Lago is punishable by imprisonment. I hope so. Well, somebody's not talking, and we all know who that is, Mr. Garland. Calling Mr. Garland. Okay. All right. Gloria Bergen is asking, this Cheney was on Meet the Press. Yes, I mentioned that yesterday, Gloria. And she said they know a lot of what Trump did. Yes. And a little earlier in the stream, I said there is a lot more we don't know about yet, and I felt we're going to find out. Yes, I did mention this, but before this was mentioned, I told you guys we're going to keep learning more and more and more things about Trump. Not until we have that hearing. Trust me, consider yourself knowing just a little bit about what Trump has done, what he's responsible for, all those things. Yeah, they're going to come out. It's going to be a very interesting day. Okay. Michael Grant is asking, will Clarence get his wing back? What was the movie about Christmas where Angle, not Justice, Clarence gets his wing? Anita Hill was right. He's a, he's a hot dog. Yeah, I don't feel, he had an infection. He's going to recover and he's going to go back to work. I don't see anything major there. Unfortunately, I wish he could, I know something is going to push him out, but I don't feel it's this soon. I wish I can see Biden pick another justice that would really put us on par with them. Anna Webb said, Milu, why hasn't Trump been immediately punished for taking all this information away from its legal place? Well, we know how things work in this country. Everything is a legal process. That's why nothing has been done to Trump yet. And they have a whole lot of stuff to go through. So, okay. Sandra Peterson says, Navalny will not be in prison for 9 years. Mark my word. I agree with you, Sandra. When I read that this morning, that's why I didn't bring it up. Putin is not going to be there for that long. In fact, Putin is not in this position for long at all. So I can't wait for Hawley to question. I hope it's not happening now. I hope it happens later so I can get to watch. I have my popcorn ready. Okay. Michael Grant says, Danny's affirmation defense, I destroyed the content of those secret documents in the bathroom. Yeah. But then Michael Cohen Shredder. Yeah. Or he may say he's president, so he declassified them. That would be interesting. Michelle Marbell is asking, will Liz Cheney win her re-election? I feel like saying she's a better than 50-50 chance. Because I know people are writing her off, but she's raising a ton of money. And let me tell you what's going to put her over. Those public hearings. Yes. She's going to come out looking like a star. Trust me. This woman is going to nail Trump. Yep. Steve000 is asking, will there be any kind of attack on Russian soil? No. I'm not seeing that at all. That's one thing I've been watching for. It's not that it hasn't crossed the Ukrainians' mind, but you know something? If you do that, for some reason, I feel they would lose the moral ground. They want to. They can beat. They don't have to attack. St. Petersburg or any of those places. Okay. All they have to do, and it's good enough, kick the Russians out of where they are. Because if you go to Russia proper, it presents a whole new headache. So, no, I'm not seeing that. I don't think it's a smart thing to do. That's why I don't feel anybody has mentioned it. But you're right, you have a good point. Okay. Joanne Sanchez, I saw the same thing too. Joanne Sanchez says, I don't know where this is, but I've seen an article where Republicans are setting up places at gas stations trying to sign people up to vote Republicans. I would not be surprised, my friend. I've seen it somewhere too. I would be surprised if it was being done in Florida, somewhere. For some reason, I'm feeling Florida attached to this thing. Okay. Scrolling down. All right. Diane DL is asking, hello Milu and everyone, do you think the Ukraine war is just another distraction to hide the truth that's about to spill out? I don't know what truth that is, Diane, but I don't know. This is Putin's wanting to recreate the Soviet Union, That's all this is. And I was reading a tweet from somebody this morning who stated a whole bunch of, it seems like it's probably anonymous who gained access to a Russian database or something like that, because I don't know exactly where the person got this information, but he was translating from Russian to English things that Putin was doing behind the scenes and how they were going to attack Poland, or they were thinking about it, and other countries in Eastern Europe. So I don't see anything else. This is not connected to anything else. Putin attacking Ukraine. Oh, if you're talking about Trump, nah. Putin doesn't care about Trump. Putin is using Trump. Putin thinks Trump is a lowlife, to be honest with you, but Trump is too stupid to realize that. But Putin and Russians, no, they have no respect for Trump and his family, believe it or not. Okay. All right. John S. is saying, let me see, hopefully I don't scroll. Johnny S. said, someone mentioned Josh Hawley. What about that disgusting piece of, will he be legally connected to January 6th or worse? I feel yes, there's a connection between him and so on. I've said this a long time ago, friends. Those of you who have been watching me, I have said that there's a connection between the people who were involved in January 6th and people in the Senate and in the House. And I think I'm going to be right, because there's a lot of stuff that's coming out. Yeah. And Marjorie Greene is involved, all these people. A bunch of senators as well. Yep. Even McConnell knew what was going to happen. He didn't think it was going to be that bad, but he knew a lot more than he's letting us know. Okay. Let's see, one more question. All right, friends, that's it. Thank you, friends, for spending time with me. I appreciate it. If anyone would like a reading from me, the link to my website is below the video, psychicmilu.com. Or you can send me an email at psychicmilu@aol.com, or you can call me at my YouTube number, and we can negotiate a time that's good for both of us to talk. Thank you, chat managers, for your help. Please hit the thumbs up, friends. That would help me a lot. If you like the channel, please subscribe. And don't forget to tap on the bell. Again, everyone, thank you for your time. I will see you tomorrow. Unless something major happens, I'll come back later. Otherwise, till tomorrow. Bye.